Hello guys, I am Joey Manuel and I used to suffer from vestibular neuritis and vertigo positional PPPV, and I'm here to show you a video about recovery. And a lot of you are going to be new and you're going to be dizzy as hell and you want to know where to start. And I've done a video from a guy that I have on my playlist that in a clinic. But where to start with vestibular rehabilitation therapy? When I first started, what I noticed was everybody that was recovering was actually doing VRT. The common denominator, I stopped focusing on the people that were complaining or freaking out, because I figured if they were in that position, there were so many people and there was so little answers that I got from doctors. But I did get some help from somebody that told me that vestibular rehabilitation therapy was what everybody wanted. I was running after diagnoses, and everybody gave me something until I did make an appointment to confirm what exercises I was doing right and what I was doing wrong. And with a physical therapist that was trained in vestibular rehabilitation therapy. And what I want to show you is some of the exercises that I did and what I do now to maintain. I've already have a video with the previous, but what I want to emphasize here, okay, is that when you get any vestibular disorder, your brain forgot how to balance, so it needs to find new ways, new muscle, because your brain is like a muscle. Okay, so don't get anxious to get these exercises to work immediately. It will, but give it a month, 2 months, 3 months. Kind of like when you go to the gym, when you want to build muscles, you go to the gym and you're not going to get results after one day. You're going to feel the soreness. You're not going to get results within 2 days or a week. You're going to start to see progressively results. So the same thing is with vestibular rehabilitation therapy, and I want to share to you that I've done some of my exercises dancing, because when you feel like you're in your head, like you're swaying like this, it's easier to listen to the music and you don't focus on your sway, you focus more on your exercises. And as you do this progressively, start at your pace. I'm going to show mostly walking exercises, but a lot of the exercises that I'm going to do, the parts that involve the eyes, okay, and the ears, okay, which used to get clogged and used to be on this one or that one, whichever one you have, that may be beeping. I did get clogged ears for a while. All that goes away. So I just tell you to progressively just work on yourself and continue doing the exercises no matter what you feel. And here I am on my knees, just being myself. Okay, I'm going to go and back up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I would be gladly answer you. But this is what vestibular rehabilitation therapy, and trust me, I was there hanging on to the couch right here next to my left for like about a month or so, but still doing exercises, looking, different ways, moving the eyes, focusing on something that I held. Like say, you can hold a little card or I'm hearing a ball, and you go to the left, right, okay, and focus on that ball. And see, what you're doing is you're making your eyes, your ears, and your brain, they're all working for you. And those are the three areas that the vestibular therapist told me to work out. And most of the exercises I done at home anyways. So, but make sure that you put cushions or something that you can hang on to if you can't do them all. I'm going to show you them without cushions behind me, because I've already gotten over it and I can do it without cushions. But if you need it, tables or something next to you, or or doing them in a hallway is a great place. And so anyhow, I'm going to get up now. But if you're looking at something, you're moving your eyes. If you can't stand up yet, and then you want also throw things from one hand to the other, and that is giving you a balance of your reflexes. When you go outside and you take walks at the beginning, okay, I had this to take care of, but at least I was moving around. And when you're moving around in different places, and I wish I could turn the camera a little bit so you can see me where I'm moving without it falling down. Okay, when you go out, with or without the cane, you want to actually move your eyes And what I did was face the fear and do it anyway. But you have something to hold on to so that you won't fall. You may graduate to this, to having a single walking stick. But I had this, or the shopping cart. If you get to a shopping store and you walk around and you look, I know that the floor makes you dizzy when it's too white, or the lights may be bothering you, or all that kind of stuff. You may want to wear sunglasses. I used to wear a hat. Somehow the hat holding onto the rim, it calmed my anxiety and it made me feel balanced, like I wasn't going to fall back. And a backpack, I suggest, yeah, it kind of made me feel comfortable for a while. You got, no matter what, you can buy some fabulous hats, go to Ross, go wherever you need to. But you're going to be walking back and forth, okay, around to shopping malls, thrift stores. You can go to smaller places at first, okay, and with your stuff, okay, with your mover here. Now that's a pretty fancy mover. So if you, a lot of what do you call it? Hospice nurses, they get rid of these things for people who are passing away, and they've used them. So you may want to ask. One thing I do recommend is a cushion. You can get this on Amazon for like $17.99, and I keep this like in front of my refrigerator, and still to this day, okay. Right now I stand on it, one foot in front of the other, and let me turn down the camera so you can see. This may be a long video, okay. But you hold, okay, heel to toe, or actually heel to your bunion, okay. And this, you cross your arms in front of you, and you look back, and you see, you may feel a tiny sway, but this is when you need something behind you. Okay, because if you're gonna go like this at the beginning, you're gonna fall right, or you're gonna fall left, and that tells you which side of you is out of balance. But that just kind of indicates you and gives you the security. You're discovering your own vestibular workout, what you need. Like, I couldn't do this for a long time, but at the beginning, I used to play with my tennis ball. So I recommend you stand. If you can't do the cushion, you can start also heel to bunion, and I want to show you where my feet are. Let me see without the camera dropping. Okay, see, heel to bunion, okay. And you want to stand there and stare at something that is written in front of you. Okay, let's say, like I said to you before, sitting down, okay, heel to bunion, and I'm focusing on this card. It's just angel. I'm going to focus on the G in the middle, okay, and that's like a busy pattern. So in other words, it's going to retrain your eyes, and trust me, a lot of the balance that happens is in your eyes. So you go and look, you're standing heel to bunion, and you go like this and that, this and that, and back, and you're focusing on the G. Okay, now let's say that you're in the kitchen and you're cutting things on a cutting board, and you have a picture in front of you that you can focus at while you're cooking. You can do this stand, and it'll start balancing, and you will feel dizzier at the beginning, but everything, be grateful, because when you're a vestibular warrior, the dizzier you get at night, the better you did, because it's kind of like, when you go to the gym, your muscles are sore. Give it time to recuperate. So it's going to be a little scary, but don't panic. You're not going anywhere. Always have something suitable. I'm in an open room right now, okay? So basically, let's see, a lot of time, what I did also, which you can do for yourself, let me see if I can put this up, okay? Okay, this helps it a little bit, so you can see me what I'm doing, which you saw me doing video, and it was excruciating, and I looked ridiculous. But doesn't matter how ridiculous you look, it's gonna work. I heard heel to bunion, heel to bunion. Because to be honest with you, nobody really can do that heel to toe like the police officers say. Okay, and you can walk around your entire house doing heel to toe, and going your head up and head down, head up and head down, head up, and you turn around. Okay. Now, if you're doing it to music, you can go ahead and maybe go backwards as you get more advanced. Heel to bunion, okay? Heel to bunion, heel to bunion, heel to bunion. And I don't want to get out of the camera, but you can go further, okay? You can walk at least like 50 steps, okay? And heel to bunion, heel to bunion, heel to bunion. And as I'm going, notice that what I'm doing here, in this case, that I did for myself, is I focus on something on the wall, okay? Focusing on an angel or something that you can focus to when you're moving, okay? One that may be a little tough at the beginning is to go ahead and sit down, drop something, and pick it up. Drop something and pick it up. Drop something and pick it up. But it's worth it. And then you can go ahead and do this. And you believe me, this is actually helping you concentrate, like the coordination between your hands, your eyes, and your brain. So it is a workout. Let me see. What else can I tell you? Okay. I already told you about the cushion. Every now and then, I used to put this behind my bed or in front of your refrigerator, so you don't forget to do them. Again, just go ahead, heel to bunion. Okay, and you put your head back and your legs, your arms crossed around your shoulder. Now, I did this with a friend who had overcome vestibular disorder, and to test without the cushion which side was pulling the most, and she had me stand between something that I could hold on to, and I was shaking like nothing tomorrow. Okay, and as you can see right now, like normally you would go, you'll feel like you're going like this. Okay, but you're not. And then you can switch feet and do the other side. And you can also draw your arms across. Okay. There's also the walking around things. You can put things that you can put on the floor, you know, and you're gonna walk like that and go around. And you can do heel to toe, or just walk around and come back around. Okay? And do that as many times as you need to. Okay? These are some of the exercises. Okay, you also want to try different lighting. Okay? Right now it's daylight. So, okay, what do? Because it's daylight, I would work out at nighttime where the lights are different, or outside in the neighborhood, take a little walk with my cane if necessary until I no longer needed it, or with my walker. I didn't use the walker a lot, to be honest with you. I did very well with my cane. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Okay, I'm happy to have been lucky enough that I had this stick already cut in my house. So believe it or not, you think that this is not doing anything, but it really is helping you to feel like you're gonna fall. And sometimes I actually went like this in the mall, okay, and I don't care. But people, you'd be surprised, people that recognize you and notice that you're walking with a cane, and that you realize how many people have had vertigo or vestibular disorder. And if you're a vestibular warrior, which you feel very proud of your accomplishment, I would suggest go to a restaurant, sit down, you know, in a booth rather than a stall, or the bar, which is what I did. But anyhow, here I'm going to close my eyes, and you can do it with your eyes closed or eyes open. But I actually never used the stick inside my house. Hold on, let go of the stick. Let me let go of that stick. Okay, so I would do heel to toe. You walk to places back and forth with your eyes closed. And you can count 10 steps if you want to, and back. And you can go slowly or fast, depending on how much you go. Okay? See, I'm done. But for you, this may be a little bit difficult, but don't give up. Okay? Okay, so that's pretty much like, you know, you walk back and forth, do a set of 3 minutes or whatever, and in between each set, okay, before I forget, you can sit down, wait for the dizziness to pass away, and then get back up and do it again. Makes sense? Because it's just like the gym. When you're doing the weights or you're doing the aerobics, you take some time to sit down and have some water. Water is very important. It calms down your anxiety. Ginger with turmeric also calms down your anxiety. This is a good old Indian recipe for years. Meclizine, I didn't take that. I took it, but it made me dizzier. It made me worse. It calmed me down when I was laying down. One thing that helped me to do for a while, my right ear was the one that was affected. I would lay down on my left ear, the opposite, and I would feel great to go to sleep. Okay, and I'm not going to name the people that I'm so grateful to that helped me along the way, but there will be. I recommend the Dizzy group for this horrible disorder on Facebook because they're very helpful people and they are so compassionate to help you along. And for me, I just don't like the little sad faces with a tear. There's nothing to cry about. I actually figured, everything that you learned, you're going to help somebody in the future, but in the meantime, isn't it great that you get to help other people in the future like I'm doing now presently? So anyhow, don't forget this is going to go on my YouTube, so subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so that when I do future videos you can get notified of exercises or updates that I can tell you. So now, let's say you want to hold something with a busy pad. My friend Sean does this for a lot. You get yourself a busy pattern, let's say, or like a very busy fabric, okay? Let me take this painting for a minute. Okay. Good. Right now. You want like a checkerboard, very busy pattern, and you want to have in front of you while you're sitting down. Okay, like I'm going to sit down now. Let's say I have this paper with all this stuff on it, but I'm going to focus, write a letter A in front of it, okay? And I'm going to sit, and I'm going to go ahead and go left to right. Left to right, always focusing on the center of the busy pattern. It can be a fabric, it can be just a paper with an A in the middle or whatever you want to write to it. If you want to focus on it, the idea is to focus on something like your eye. If you get migraines, the good thing to do is move your eyes up and forth, back and forth. I don't know if you see me. Let me get closer. This was shown to me. And you move your eyes left to right. I did this at times to balance myself when you just wanted to exercise and you were watching TV and wanted to pause that TV, pause that Netflix, and just go with your eyes left to right, left, right, left, right, left, right, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then you sit, you rest until you stop getting dizzy, and then you continue going forward again. And see, so anyhow, just always be careful. The cushion, okay, getting back to the cushion, you want to be careful. So I'm going to go ahead and get the bar stool right here, which is what I use. Okay, if you feel that you cannot stand, get yourself a bar stool or something you can hold on to. Like I said, I used to have it in my refrigerator door, but you got your blue cushion, and you get here, okay, and you stand heel to toe. This is just pretending that you cannot hold on, okay? Just in case you're going to fall, you grab onto it. Get it? Okay. There's also the standing up on one foot. Now I'm doing it with a cushion, which still nobody can really do it. But let's say that you want to stand. This is called the flamingo stand. Okay. You stay there, and then that way you have something to hold on to in case you fall. I wasn't about to fall, but I was giving you an idea. And then you want to move again, focus on something on the wall, and move your eyes around. And then after you're done with that, you can switch feet. Okay. And you go, okay, you let go of the piece, and you go left, right, left, right. Always focusing the eyes on something in front of you. You see? But you have control, because believe it or not, the physical therapist told me while my ankles were sending the signal and getting stronger, they're sending the signal to the entire nervous system to retrain the brain and how to balance. So the flamingo stand is like this. You stand, how flamingo stands. One leg like this and one leg up. And remember, always have something to hang on to if you're alone, okay? And if you have somebody to, just be independent. I like to be, but I didn't have anybody to help me, so a lot of these I came up with myself. Then after I went to the PT and got assessed after a while doing my own exercises from the video that I had that I have on my YouTube about vestibular rehabilitation and recovery. Now this will be a part 2 of my own exercise that I do. Okay, you close your eyes. Okay, he assessed me that. And I noticed myself also while I was being tested that my eyes closed were the ones that were affected. At this time, guys, I actually started to go ahead and going to different places at nighttime and going with this just in case. I would sit at Starbucks, I would go to a store, and then I forced, even though I dimmed all my phone because the eyes are really affected, my phone is on dark mode. And I'm dimming the brightness, and I still kept it because I still like it that way. It's healthier for you, and it doesn't make you so intense, especially when you're reading. But because your eyes, believe it or not, is a major part, even though it's also an infection of the ear that could have happened or whatever. And treated like I went to the hospital before anything happened with pain in my lungs, and the guy just threw it. The doctor just gave me an antibiotic and dismissed me. But that was the only thing that happened to me prior that could have caused on, the vestibular disbalance, which is really what I like to call it, because the first thing you do is vertigo. If you start searching vertigo, you're going to find 1,000 websites, 1,000 links, 1,000 blogs describing all over what you already know. I Googled vestibular research, and I'm still to this moment, and vestibular recovery, and I still to this moment find very little on it. So that's why I like to put the word vestibular. And audiologists take care of you. Ear, nose, and throat doctors do take care of you. Mine was pretty good, but unfortunately he was most concentrated, or fortunately for me, he was mostly concentrated on nose jobs, so I dismissed him because he wasn't going to help me, even though he kept saying on his paperwork, keep coming back to have the Epley maneuver done, but he sent me away. Okay, maybe he was scared because I passed out of nervousness in his lobby. Fine. So that gave me more encouragement to go on my own. And that's what I encourage you to do, because nobody's going to do it for you. Get off that damn couch, get up, and you could be doing it while you're like I said, when you're cooking. You can do it when you're cleaning. You can mop the floor. I have the cabinets right here of with full-on vertigo, okay? I kept myself busy with projects to do. And I have my kitchen cabinets here to my right. I sat down on the floor with a can of paint on a bar stool, and I was able to do all of that. Then, you know that when you have vertigo or disbalance, you don't want to climb a ladder. But you know what? The ladder, you're holding on to it. I painted this whole wall behind me. So you're doing this, but you're going to take breaks in between. Pick a day where you're going to be able to do that, and don't worry about the shower. Don't worry about the mess. Worry that, well, I don't like to use the word worry. Just make sure that you at least get dressed. I know it's difficult to coordinate. I know you're feeling like you're going like this, but go and pick out something out of your closet, even if you throw it into a corner at the end of the day, but get dressed. Okay, flushy heat feelings, yes, the anxiety can cause it. So if you can go without, I say, okay, go without. But if you need a little something for anxiety, I used to take Chinese herbs, Xiaoyawan, okay, and I took a little, some people give it a little Valium. Be careful, that can be addicting, so don't abuse it. But go to your doctor for that. I'm not a medical doctor, so go to your doctor for whatever. But I tell you, I actually took a little, like half a milligram to 1 milligram of clonazepam. There's no shame in taking medication. If you want to take Shao-Yawan, or try things that calm you down. I mean, chamomile tea helped me a lot. So I tell you, do these on a regular basis, and then sometimes if you can't do it all the time, not everybody does it. I'm sorry, there's nobody here that's going to tell me that they do the exercises 3 times a week. I found a lot of answers in the University of Michigan. Thanks them for tweeting the written out details. But I know that I'm doing this video because I needed visual exercises, and I'm showing you. You just want to walk one step in front of the other. If you can do that, as soon as you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the floor, you walk 1 foot in front of the other like this to make your coffee. They say that the camera is my coffee maker's wheel right here in front of me. So I'm still standing still, and I'm preparing my stuff and getting my coffee. If you're at the first phases and the coffee makes you a little bit too hyper, and stay off of coffee and go to decaf if you like the flavor, okay? But there are times where I didn't even feel like cooking for myself. I'm into hair coloring, so I actually did an exercise of going like this with my head back, which I know is, oh my God, for people with vestibular, but I did it like this on purpose, okay? I did it on purpose. There was time still though, but at the beginning I had to squat in the shower like this, but no matter what, I was gonna be clean and smelling pretty, okay? I know it's tough, but you gotta ride it out. Some people are riding bicycles because you're not gonna fall. But do what you feel comfortable with. Before I got the walker or the thing, I had a garbage can which has wheels outside. I was walking around holding onto my garbage can, even to the lobby, to all kinds of places to throw out the garbage, stuff like that. So anyhow, like I said, if you forgot to do it during the day, do it at night. Walk 1 foot in front of the other, and just do the head up and down, like that. This is gonna hurt your neck, okay? It got sore because all your muscles are gonna be sore, so tension is normal. And make sure to take a few seconds to get rebalanced in between. And I don't even know where I have the tennis balls, but I tossed the tennis ball like I showed you before, and for all sakes I can go ahead and take this. And you see, before, and this is making your eyes focus, okay, and your brain gets stronger. And even if you have to walk to a crane, face the lights. It's good to do it at nighttime, and don't panic. You don't have to exceed yourself. Make sure there's a fence. Later on, like last December or so, I was coming home from a beauty supply here down my street, and it was nighttime, and I noticed that every time it went dark, and it wasn't during where the light was, that was the serious part for me. So I had to do a lot of eyes closed exercises and walking out in the dark until the brain is balanced itself. And now, to this day, even though it's gone, I still do a little exercise. Like, I'll get on the cushion, okay, at night, and walk, and put my head back, do it for a few seconds, and then I just go back to doing about my own thing. So I hope this helps you guys. It's gonna take me a while to. It's about 26 minutes or 30 minutes of recording, but I hope that this helps somebody along the way. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like and comment below if you need something that I will try and reply as soon as possible. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I hope that this helps you. It helped me, and I am Vertigo free, the Vestibular Warrior. I am Joey Emanuel, and I will hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. And happy healing. You can do this.